Nation, what's going on? It's not Mitchell Rins, it's Jeremy Chuggs on Mitchell Rins' off day. I still had to bring you a video because we have breaking news here at the Raiders Report. Raiders first round pick Tyree Wilson will finally get to see him play. He has been officially activated off the PUP list. I am so pumped to finally see the edge rusher out of Texas Tech suit up for the silver and black. And who's with me? If you are pumped, if you're excited to see Wilson on the field, finally going into week 2 of the preseason, in the middle of training camp, I am so ready to see what Tyree Wilson can do opposite of Maxx Crosby. If you're with me, spam 9 in the comment section right now. I want to see nothing but 9s. Tyree Wilson's going to watch this video right here, and I want him to see 1,000 9s in the comment section. If you're with me, go down there and spam 9 right now. Now, looking at the Raiders' defensive end depth chart, Tyree Wilson, Maxx Crosby, Chandler Jones. You know, we don't know if it's going to be Jordan Willis, Malcolm Kuntz, Adam Plant Jr. as that 4th defensive end. But this room is already looking a lot better than it was last year, especially if Chandler Jones is in the best shape of his life, like a lot of people are reporting he is. I am pumped to see what this defensive end room can do, because this Raiders defense last season was not one to write home to mom about. You know, 32nd in interceptions, 23rd in fumbles, and 30th in sacks. You know, not what you want to see out of your defense, but the hope is that this young man right here, Tyree Wilson, can come in and make an instant impact on this defensive line. You know, in a division where you have Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, you need to get after the quarterback, and they're really hoping that Tyree Wilson is the guy to do that. You know, 6'5", almost 6'6", 271 pounds out of Texas Tech. He's got an insane wingspan. I mean, you know, you thought Maxx Crosby, the Condor, had a long wingspan. You should see Tyree Dactyl. His wingspan's even longer. Really, I think he'll be able to, you know, get his hands on the tackle, shed that offensive lineman, and get after the quarterback. And I'm just pumped to finally see this young man, number 9, out on the field for the Las Vegas Raiders. And hey, this right here, this is why you subscribe, baby. We got breaking news, daily videos all year long. Even on Mitch's off day, I'm coming in, I'm tag teaming in to get you guys a video, because I thought it was that important that everybody knew Tyree Wilson is suiting up for the silver and black. So go down and hit that sub button. Go to youtube.com/Raiders Report. And hey, if you don't like it, subscribe for a week. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Let us earn your subscription here on the Raiders Report, because we like to bring you Raiders news and rumors all year long in a fun, informative way. Go down and hit that sub button right now. And you know, the person I think this affects the most, I mentioned it earlier, it's Maxx Crosby. Can they be a deadly duo together? Last year, tallying up 88 tackles, 12.5 sacks, 22 tackles for loss. He is one of the best edge rushers, if not the best edge rusher in the NFL. And we have been pleading, we have been begging to get Maxx Crosby some help, because he showed out the past couple of years. And the rest of the defensive line, the rest of, you know, the Raiders defense has not lived up to what Maxx Crosby has put out there on the field. I mean, you know, you see 12.5 sacks right there. Really, a really good number, and still the Raiders were 30th in sacks last year. You can't have that happen. You got to get somebody else to get pressure on the quarterback besides Maxx Crosby. And you're like, oh, 12.5 sacks, that's not a ton. You know, Nick Bosa had more sacks. But look at this stat right here. Since 2021, Maxx Crosby has easily had the most QB pressures in the entire NFL. More than Micah Parsons, more than Myles Garrett, more than Chris Jones. He has led the league in QB pressures, and he has single-handedly made this Raiders pass rush somewhat lethal. You know, if it wasn't for him, this would be easily the worst defensive line in the NFL over the past 2 years. But Maxx Crosby has given it some sort of validity. I mean, and you look at the snap count for Maxx Crosby as well. He has been on the field more than anybody last season on 96% of defensive snaps, tallying over 1,000 snaps in a single season. Maxx Crosby is an absolute machine, And I'm just pumped that he's finally getting somebody, getting a running mate, getting, the Batman to his, or the Robin to his Batman. Finally, somebody out there that, can help him out somewhat. Like I said, 96% of defensive snaps, over 1,000. A ton of people probably get that. No, here's how he compares to other top pass rushers. Maxx Crosby, 1,085 snaps in 2022. Micah Parsons with 919, Myles Garrett with 817, and Nick Bosa with 746. So Maxx Crosby has been working his tail off. And, hey, the Condors pumped up to see what Tyree Wilson can do. This is what he had to say earlier this offseason after the Raiders drafted Tyree Wilson. He said, I've seen a bunch of highlights, but just from physical gifts alone, he can be a great player. You can have tools. You can have every bit of talent. That's the NFL. Everybody's talented. But it's what you do when you get in the building. He's had a great attitude so far. He seems like a great kid. And, hey, he's exactly right. Wilson has all the tools to become an excellent pass rusher, but can he put it together? And I think the best case scenario for this young kid is the fact that he's being able to come in and learn from Maxx Crosby, learn from Chandler Jones, two veterans who have done it in the NFL, who have succeeded in being great pass rushers in the NFL. If Tyree Wilson, if a little bit of that Maxx Crosby shine can just, rub off on Tyree Wilson, I think they can be a great pass rushing duo for years to come. But, hey, we say it all the time, Chat Sports, it's built on the fans. It's built on your interaction. So I want to hear from you guys at home. Can Maxx Crosby and Tyree Wilson become a top 3 pass rushing duo? I'm thinking yes, but I want to hear from you at home. If you think it's yes, type your Y. If you think it's no, type your in the comment section. Do y'all think Crosby and Wilson can be a top 3 pass rushing duo? It all depends on Wilson. Crosby's already there. Crosby's ready for somebody to, take the mantle as, his sidekick as the number 2 so he can become one of the best pass rushing duos in the NFL. And I'll say it right here. If Tyree Wilson, if he's just good, if he's just a good pass rusher, he doesn't have to be great. He doesn't have to be a top 5, top 10 pass rusher. If he is just a good pass rusher, they can be elite together. I'll say that again. They can be elite if he's a good pass rusher, because Maxx Crosby has been single-handedly holding it down for the Raiders defensive line over the past couple seasons. And hey, just breaking the news down one more time for you, Tyree Wilson officially activated off the PUP list. He's going to be ready to suit up for the silver and black. I don't know at this point his availability for the second preseason game, but if he's out there, me and Mitch are going to be jazzed up for that Raiders-Rams preseason game. Don't miss it. We'll be live Saturday night for that game. And if Tyree Wilson's activated, it's going to be a party. I promise you that. It's going to be a party. That's all I got for you today. If you haven't already, go hit me up on Twitter at Jeremy Chuggs. I'm giving you NFL news, Raiders news, dank memes 24/7. So go hit me up on Twitter at Jeremy Chuggs. And Raider Nation, it's a great day because we got Tyree Wilson activated.